How's it going today, Larry?
Hey, Lee. It's going good. You survived your 180K epic ride Saturday.
We did.
It's like, holy shit.
It was, I didn't find it that too difficult. It was boring.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
just sort of
it's a
the
long time.
same route over and over and over again, and
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long time on the bike, man.
yeah. I mean, the route in general is kind of nice because you can get off every lap, and it's not like you're climbing hills for an hour straight.
Yeah. Just reading, I'm doing the Dutch Diesel here.
Oh yeah.
Just reading some of the comments.
It's actually probably a good idea. I'm gonna do that too.
The moderators trying to go, okay, no political comments, please. They're going on about Biden. And then no satire, please.
No satire.
Keep it clean. No political. Guy's like, what the hell? What? It's so boring. It's gonna be a boring ride. Talking about Biden, they were commenting on his frailty.
Oh, because he almost fell down the stairs 3 times?
Oh, is that what happened? Okay.
Yeah, apparently he was climbing the steps to Air Force One, and he tripped not once, not twice, but 3 times going up the stairs. So people are thinking, like, what is going on? Like, you can't even go upstairs.
Well,
Well, that's not what.
as long as he doesn't decline mentally,
Yeah.
it's all good. Well, it's not, but I mean, he is, how old is he, 75 or something?
Oh, he's up there, yeah.
Why would you want that job at that age? I have no idea.
Who knows?
You think it would be so demanding that...
Why aren't you retired? Or is the job so easy that these politicians can, like, make money and not put out effort into, you know, up to the 80s?
I think it who you surround yourself in, they do everything.
Yeah.
You just kind of sign stuff occasionally. What's this on my desk? Just sign it. It's an executive order thing. Whatever. just sign it. It's when hopefully he hasn't surrounded himself with crooks, but I mean, come on, man. Most people, politicians are kind of for themselves, right? They're not for
Yeah.
the people. It's where's the money coming from? Well, hop on the train. I did see an article about yesterday. I read an article about O'Toole and how he's going on about. Now, I was waiting for this for a while, but you know, the Conservative Party, he says, needs to change because they're never going to win an election with the values that they're carrying.
Yeah.
You know, the hard line appeal to the 75-year-old or the 60 pluses. You know, same shit, religion.
Yeah. I think for the younger people, not that Trudeau is good. He just makes he's like the cool option. Well, and like the whole of BC, and then the island continually votes NDP nonstop. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Hey, Brad. Yeah, I thought, oh, I'm gonna use the diesel or the D pace partner, and this pace partner, the D guy, is supposed to do 1.5, and I keep getting dropped off the group. I'm like, it's 1.5. I'm doing 1.9, and I'm getting like, what the hell? So I'm going back to Tempest Fugit. Yeah, I've been dropped twice now. Well, he goes over like the hilly route, I think, is the problem. So in the twisties, every time it goes up or down, he coasts, like the downhill, he picks up a huge amount of pace, and then he slows right down, and then you overshoot him, and then he blows past you on the downhill because you've overshot him and you're waiting for him to catch up. Like, it's impossible. Exactly.
nice route. I mean, there's sunflowers and which I haven't seen before. Maybe that's a new download. Lots of field full of sunflowers.
In
Quite
Watopia?
pretty. No, it's
Oh, in France, probably.
France or yeah.
Diesel's in France? I didn't know they rode any. They went anywhere but Watopia.
Oh,
No,
well,
I think the
Farmland-
Dutch Diesel, I think, is a group ride, not the pace partner.
Yeah, it's a group ride.
Okay. So I was thinking of that Dan Diesel annoying. Okay, gotcha.
No, Sand Del Lee, everybody survived their massive kilometers last week.
Yeah, but did you see us on Zwift this week?
Yeah, no.
No, I was gonna say I haven't seen any chatter, nothing.
No.
I must have
We've
killed
all-
everybody.
We've all been licking our wounds, or at least I have.
It was brutal.
Larry, it was so harsh. The first 5 hours went okay, and then it just basically went in the shitter from there. So.
Oh, yeah, man. That's
I
well. At
think,
least you guys did it.
yeah.
Like my pacing strategy, I'm good up to 5 hours. I can pace that properly, but I don't think there's anything I can do for longer rides. I think it's just gonna have to be ride until I fail and then just creak across the finish line or something. Because
Yeah.
I think those are my physiological limits.
What was your time, Brad? Do you remember offhand? Was it
No,
okay?
6:40 maybe. Like I think,
Right.
like that's including breaks, but I think I was done at 12:40, right? So
Yeah, I finished like 1 minute before like the next hour. So I don't think it was like just short of 6 hours. Maybe it was just short of 7.
it must have been because I was over
Almost,
6 for
like,
sure.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think
so
only
just like,
John was
second.
sub 6, right?
right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. God, I see. I've blocked out all knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, Larry, it was way harder than you.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't know, man. I'd be done for the week.
Yeah. You can do it, but yeah, you'll be done. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
And then-
thinking about getting back on the bike Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. See,
There was no chance until then.
and then it's hard on the relationship because I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I can't. You don't understand. Why do you do this to yourself? I don't know.
It's because I want to live longer for you, baby.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if that's gonna help.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we have insurance, hun.
Ooh.
You're worth more dead.
Yeah, I pretty much am. I know.
Oh,
That's the problem. It's a fine line, man.
yeah.
And then just sell my bikes for like hundreds of dollars. I'll be
Well,
rolling
what's-
around in my grave.
What's the meme? The meme is like, when I die, I hope my wife doesn't sell my bikes for what I told her they're worth.
Yeah.
I hope she does, but then we'll buy them.
And then, yeah, we'll buy them.
We'll buy them.
Yeah.
Did you see this Craigslist deal? These like carbon wheels for $100.
Yeah, exactly. You know, her partner has died.
So Christine, you have your new bike.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a new bike?
Yeah, there was someone posted like 3 Trek bikes on the Niva site, the Niva Facebook. I think it was Wednesday. And so yeah, 3 different ones. They're an older couple who lives in Chemainus, who, like, I think they might be friends with the psychotherapy people or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Who just like to buy bikes. So I got a 2018 Trek Domani SL5 gravel. So 105 level. It's
Oh,
got
yeah.
35 tires, set up tubeless. Yeah. So it is a 56 frame, which I mean, I've ridden 56, but I tend to prefer a 54, but it fits well enough. So,
Huh.
yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was a little bit like mechanically looked really good. Cosmetically, like I don't think they wash their bikes really often.
Oh,
So
That's probably why they had to buy new ones all the time. It's like these are just
pretty
aren't working.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like it was the wife that was riding this one, and she said, "Yeah, I used it for 2 years, and then I bought a checkpoint." It's like, well, and she said, "I don't know why I bought a checkpoint. I just did." And they apparently just went down and bought a couple specialized e-bikes in
Oh, yeah.
Victoria. Yeah, which she was really resistant to, but they really love. I mean, they look to be in their 60s or maybe more. So, yeah, they're really liking that little bit of oomph, which is good. But yeah, so
excellent.
I scored it for 1650.
Huh.
So yeah, basically, definitely
Wow.
half the retail. So
I was impressed with the truck, actually, seeing some of their bikes.
yeah. Well, this is Mark has like a higher version of this same bike. He has like hit that blue and gold one. It's a Denani as well, and he loves it. So that was kind of a thing. But yeah, I've just done some kind of short rides around the neighborhood so far, and it seems just really responsive, even though you got these big tires on there. So yeah, pretty excited because I've been kind of keeping an eye out, and essentially, I mean, there's almost no way you'd get a new bike this year. So
No, and
yeah.
that's a really good price because, you know,
yeah,
last summer I was selling stuff used. I mean, for like really close to new prices almost. You know, and I had no
Yeah.
problem selling stuff. So
yeah, I've been
That's more
watching.
sorry,
Yeah.
that's more than 50% off suggested retail. So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, there's like a bit of, the brake levers are a bit scratched and the cranks are a bit battered. Like she wasn't super gentle, but
doesn't matter. It's all cosmetic, probably.
exactly. I took a magic eraser to the frame and it cleaned it right up. It's really nice. It's kind of a really light colored green, almost like a geriatric green. That like color of medical scrubs kind of thing.
Oh.
But yeah, it just had like a layer of grime, and we were afraid it had actually faded, but it was just grime. So yeah,
Lee, you just passed me.
Yeah, I did a ride with Brad. I started my ride over again.
Okay.
Hey, do you know what's really awesome? Is when you save a ride, it goes back to the menu.
I know.
I've used it 3 times this morning.
What do you mean save a ride? You mean you stop your
doesn't-
ride?
It doesn't. Well, Zwift used to, when you saved your ride, would exit right out of the game. Now, when you save your
yeah.
ride, it goes right back to the main menu.
Oh, yeah, that's handy. I can change my outfit.
Yeah, speaking
Yeah.
of biking prices, I was looking online. I'm always interested in extra small framed bikes, for the kids, because my kids will fit an adult extra small. And there was
Okay.
a couple, but yeah, like the prices are insane. Like this lady was $1,700. Can't even remember what the bike was. It was a giant something. It looked really nice in the pictures, like, $1,700. So I looked it up. It retailed for $18.99.
No.
I know. That's exactly what is going on.
And it was 2 years old. I'm like, whoa, like I'd offer like $1,100.
Yeah. I've seen people citing the purchase price on like 5, 6, 7-year-old bikes. It's like by that age, the purchase price is irrelevant.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in the bike shop and there's not a lot of stock anymore.
Yeah.
And the bikes, what are there, seem to be going out the door.
Yeah. Yeah, so I saw this and I figured out, I replied to her on Facebook, thought, old people and Facebook messaging. doesn't usually work.
No.
So we found they also had an ad on used, Victoria or whatever. And so I emailed there, and her husband emailed back right away. So I'm like, okay, let's come see it tonight. So just do this thing. So yeah. But then, did the whole, acting cool, and Mark's like looking at the frame with a flashlight and trying to keep a poker face. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the other thing too. Like, I think because Mark can do a decent job of looking these over, used carbon is a bit sketch.
Yeah.
But even more so, right? Like, that's why you don't want to pay a premium for someone else's used carbon. Because you don't have a warranty.
I think though carbon's fragility is overestimated. I don't think I'd have a problem with it. I'd worry most about aluminum. I'd worry least about carbon and titanium.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
And you know what?
Cracking.
The technology has definitely come really far in like 20 years or whatever, right?
Oh, so Fat Doug at Rock City. Like, we were talking about frames breaking, and he says he's broken every frame he's ever written, but his carbon ones have lasted longer and failed less catastrophically than any other frame material. I mean, this guy rides hard, right? So
Yeah. I was gonna say
Usually
something
with
guys
usually with carbon, the issue is hitting the tubes, not actually like things like joints breaking. It's like impacts.
or delam,
Yeah.
just delam of the frame.
So what kind of tire pressures do you guys use on these, let's say on 35s?
Well, I have 38s, and of course I weigh a ton, but I'm usually around, say, 45-ish PSI.
Okay, for road and off-road, or do you?
No,
switch
that's all just off-road, and then I just suffer on the road.
Okay,
But I don't really suffer it. It's just,
there.
it's not even slow, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm usually 45-ish when I ride on the road, and I'll usually go 35 on the 30 in the front, 35 in the back.
you have
Oh,
two
okay.
so Lee, right?
Yeah, tubeless, yeah.
So mine are
Right.
two, Christine. So if I had
Oh.
two, I would go lower for sure.
Oh, you are too. Okay, yeah.
Well,
The best rule of thumb I heard was if you bottom your tire out once per ride, that's probably a good pressure.
All right.
Larry, you have 35s, right?
I do, yeah.
What pressures are you planning on running?
I'm not sure. I put them up to 30, but I haven't really ridden it yet. I've ridden it around the block.
Yeah.
My brake cable on the front. Well, my brake cable on the front is a little too short.
Oh.
So, so
Can you not turn the bars to the right? Like, what's the effect?
well, you don't want to hit it with your hand, especially going down a hill.
I see the cable itself. I thought you meant the housing is too short.
Well, no, the housing is too short. So I've used the housing, but it kind of pokes out of the bar tape. Quite a
But
bit
you
too
can
short.
ease the cable tension.
Yeah. Well, no, it is eased up. I just need a new housing.
Oh, I see.
I think it's the wrong housing. I think it's for. Well, no, it's just too short. I don't know why. I did buy these for a gravel bike. The housing, right? Come in a kit.
Yeah.
It's just for some reason, it's only short by a couple inches, right? Like 4 inches. But still.
Yeah, that's.
So what I've done is I've just poked it out through the bar tape. Just after the hood type thing, like a couple inches after the hood.
Your brakes work though.
Oh yeah, they work.
They're kind of
It's just that they're in the way. So like I said, it could be dangerous. I'm thinking about it. Like You don't want to accidentally touch the cable because it'll pull the brake on.
I'll have a look at it and see if I have anything that I can give you for filling
Yeah.
up.
Oh, that'd be great. I was going to go down to, because I'm pretty sure they don't sell them in singles, right? I'm pretty sure
Well,
I got to buy.
I mean, all you would need is another piece of cable, right? And some man caps.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, so I'm sure I must have scrap cable.
Or housing. I need the housing.
Yeah, housing, sorry, yeah.
The cable might be long enough. But if not, I got another cable here anyway. It's just the housing.
I don't understand why the cable could be too tight, because if you needed to loosen the cable, you just loosen it at the caliper.
Yeah, it's not.
Retighten it.
Yeah, it's not that. It's that the cable, the housing with the cable in it pokes out of the bar tape, not at the end,
Yeah,
towards the middle. So I can't zap strap it. It goes straight down, right?
but what I
Not
mean is like the cable won't ever be too short. It's just a question of
Yeah, the housing.
the housing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, do you have disc brakes?
I do.
Did you end up getting a caliper housing kit?
No, I just got the caliper. What do you mean housing kit?
Well, no,
Oh,
like when you
the-
buy the kit, like the housing kit for the brakes, there's rim brakes and then there's disc brakes, and they
Yeah.
sell them usually in either rim brake, because the rim brake kit is like a foot shorter than the
Yeah.
disc brake.
No, this
Also,
is just,
the disc brake cable tends to be a little stronger because it creates a little more pressure in the system than a rim brake, apparently.
well, no, it's just a short by a few inches. So I think I ordered the right stuff, but for some reason it's too short.
Well, usually when you order, like, because usually it comes like 2 feet too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else fits. Actually, no. The one in the back is short about an inch too. So I'm not sure what happened. I got it from MEC. It comes as a kit, right?
Yeah.
I think you probably
Yeah,
ended
right.
up with a rim brake kit.
Well, possibly. Yeah, all these fine details. Damn it.
Well, it's true though. I mean, the first time I did a build, it took forever because like it was just like a challenge getting stuff right,
Yeah.
and then it gets easier. But,
Yeah. No.
but you're
all-
right. It's all detail.
It's figuring it out. I mean, I finally got the gears figured out. Front derailleur was giving me hassle, but
Mm.
you're right. It has to be like millimeters above the front
Yeah.
rocket.
Basically,
everything.
my rule for front derailleurs is not touching.
Yeah.
As
And
close
once-
as it can be without touching.
Yeah. And once I did that, everything fell into place. I'm like, oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
It's not rubbing anymore on anything.
Well, that's when you buy a derailleur brand new. It comes with that little sticker that has
Yeah.
the teeth on it that you can line up.
Yeah.
Or you just go
That's right.
with a one front chain ring.
That's
And
SRAM solution to be
Chuck the
confused
derailleur
by-
in the garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see why people do that actually.
Well,
Gravel bike.
SRAM never could figure out front derailleurs.
Yeah, so they're like, everyone switch to 1X. We got the hugest 1X range available.
Hey, I was riding a mountain bike on last weekend. And I haven't ridden it in a while, so I go out and, halfway through the ride, I broke a spoke, and it pushed through the tire,
Oh no.
Oh.
rim. So then, I have tubeless, but all the goop leaked out. So I'm like, for fuck's sake. So I had to put a tube in to get home, right?
Yeah.
But then you
Yeah.
have the mess. Like, if you ever change it, you put a tube in a tire.
Ah, it is messy.
I'm sitting on the side of the bush pouring this shit out. And it just goes everywhere.
So Larry, that's a couple spokes now, right?
This is a new tire. I got it done, 6 months ago?
No,
New
but
rim.
Yeah, but the wheel, when have you had it rebuilt last?
Well, no, it's a brand new one.
but not the spokes.
No, they built it at Rock City.
Oh yeah.
So,
So only the hub is old.
I think I got a new hub as well.
So it's a whole new wheel.
It's a whole new wheel. So why is the spoke breaking? I have no idea.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I heard it break. Like, what the hell is that? And then I heard the air leaking out. Like, this shouldn't
That's
happen,
not
man.
good. No.
It's a steel wheel. It's not like it's a high-end wheel, I guess, but it's thought it'd be stronger.
But why did you buy a full wheel if Rock City ended up building it? Why not just buy a whole wheel intact, new? They must have recycled something, right?
No, it's Spank or something. They just have these wheels in stock, right?
Oh, I see.
They just build them to order.
I get you.
Ooh.
But I even took it back to have it retensioned after I rode for a bunch, is what they suggest, right?
Yeah.
So either they tensioned it wrong or. So I've decided to buy a real truer and do it myself now.
Ooh.
I have wheels here that I can practice on.
It's a good
Ones
one.
that are.
You got a tension.
Well, because.
You got a tension meter, right?
No, I have nothing.
So listen, buy a truing stand for sure, but also get a tension meter because it'll change how you look at wheels. Because you can, instead of like plucking spokes or feeling them and going, oh yeah, they're close. No, you have no idea. It's like tuning a guitar. Like you do it by ear, you're way off. Unless you're
Yeah.
some sort of special creature, and most of us aren't. So yeah.
Yeah, you know.
They're like $80, like they're really brutally expensive, but they're totally worth it.
Yeah.
Apparently,
You know,
there's
and
some
they-
really kick-ass ones on AliExpress if you don't want it for 2 months. That are super cheap.
Yeah.
I was watching a review on YouTube where the guy reviewed a AliExpress truing stand, and it was actually quite amazing for the price because it came with all the little calipers that show you the distance that the wheel is out.
Oh. So AliExpress is a cycling website? Never heard
No, it's like Amazon but in China.
Yeah.
of it. Oh.
So you've got to definitely be careful what you buy on there, but if you like watch the reviews and stuff, you can get some sweet cycling wheels. Like, I'm not going to be buying a frame or anything from them. Yeah, we get little bits and bobs there all the time.
Oh, okay.
And it costs
yeah,
pennies.
Shit.
Yeah, but yeah, shipping, you're not going to get it for, especially since COVID.
Well, hey, so I've been looking for a new mountain bike for a while, and of course nobody has any stock in, so I can't test ride anything.
Yeah.
But I just found out Canyon. Have you guys heard
Yeah,
this?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have them.
Well, they're selling to Canada now, right?
Yeah.
But so I'm researching the bikes and that, and yeah, man, they look pretty sweet.
You get good reviews. They have amazing road bikes too.
Yeah. I'm pretty, I'm concerned. I got to phone them. They said they have a customer line that you can call. But what's the shipping? I mean, the tariffs is what I'm concerned about.
No, it ships from Canada, right? So I think it should avoid tariffs. So
Oh, they got a warehouse in Canada?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why it took so long for them to start selling in North America. Is because they were setting up an actual like shipping distribution. Because that's the problem is you buy a bike from UK and then they charge you $400.
Well, if you're lucky, I'm thinking more. They would. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to call them then because I was concerned about tariffs, really.
pretty sure the price you see is the price you get on Canyon.
Yeah.
Well, their prices are very good then because you can get an XT build for, $5,200 for a 29er mountain bike, right?
That's nice.
Well, it's just the whole like direct to consumer model. They don't have stores. They don't have. Actually, what you should also check out if you're interested is Ribble.
Okay, I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're another UK brand. They're really good prices.
Huh.
Yeah. Although I don't know for sure that Canyon can get their bikes any sooner.
Yeah.
Well, they said there's a wait list. They're for
Yeah.
July. You get on the list for July.
Well,
Well,
at
the
least
problem
it's
is though they get you on the list, and then they go, oh, it's not July anymore. You've already prepaid. Now it's October.
So
Yeah.
there's one other bike company that's doing direct to consumer too. Is it YT? Lee, do you remember?
I
They
think it's
also offer
YT.
it in Canada. Yeah. So you can check out them too, Larry.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever I look at Ribble's gravel bikes, I'm always like, what the heck? Like, they are... It's kind of like Giant. You get 2 levels up in the components
Yeah.
for, the price.
Yeah. BMC
Well-
has an amazing gravel bike with this crazy handlebar setup that's like this 2-tiered flat bar deal.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
Yeah. There's a
The thing
Canyon.
is-
I'm thinking of BMC. Who am I thinking
Well,
of? No, it's
think it might be-
Canyon, right?
Yeah, Canyon. It's like the suspension bar or some weird thing.
That's it, yeah.
Huh, wonder how that works. I've seen it actually. It's like
I've
a
seen
little bar.
I don't know if I trust their bars with, they just had a bar recall.
Oh, God. Oops.
Nice.
Well, the thing is, I mean, with an XT build on a Norco site or something, you're looking at over 7, right?
Easy.
So, like, the only problem is you're getting a bike that you haven't seen before, like hasn't physically looked at.
Yeah.
That's the only issue. But I mean, I've been researching dimensions, and it's pretty much like bang on to the site as
Yeah.
far as reach and everything.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
adjust so much of that too, right?
I think, doesn't Canyon ask for all your measurements as well?
They do inseam.
Because they do, like, they change the stem and things based on your measurements.
Yeah, they want you to put that in, and they for proper sizing.
Yeah. Well, welcome to bike buying in the pandemic. You don't get to try anything out.
Well, but if the bike stores don't have anything, don't
Yeah.
have anything in your size,
That
fact,
you gotta
they-
do it, right? Sight
they
unseen.
don't have the stock. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know when they're getting the stock.
Bike shops starting to close. They don't have anything to sell.
Yeah.
Larry, the other place would be Mech because they get Ghost bikes and Ridley, and you might get a good mountain bike there.
Yeah. They've been really reducing the amount of bike stuff they're carrying.
Because they're not selling it, I don't think.
It might be sold out though. That's the other thing. I guess.
They sell they bought like a name brand bike company as
Canon?
well.
Oh,
They
Cannondale.
sell
No.
Canon.
It
Who
Ridley,
was
I
it?
think, right? Pretty sure it was Ridley or Ghost.
No,
Yeah,
it's
the
another
things-
one.
No, it's another one out of the States.
Oh,
Yeah, I've
So-
seen it.
I want to ask you about BMC. You might know. I think they do direct sales sometimes too, right? Is that
I think so.
yeah?
Hmm.
But I don't know how their mountain bike line is.
Yeah, I mean the bike is basically built for you. Most
Intense.
Of the handlebars on. Yeah, intense. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're pretty boutique, right?
Yeah, I don't know how big of a bike brand they are. Thought they were in Oregon.
Yeah,
or
they
something.
have like for $7,500 the Intense Sniper Pro 29er full suspension XT
Yeah.
SRAM GX.
I think if I had my choice, I would definitely go XT.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with my XT.
No.
Once
No
I put
question.
it on my mountain bike.
Yeah, no
SRAM?
question.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, man.
I hate SRAM.
Adjusting it
Hate
every
it.
ride. Yeah. It's like, come on, people. Shouldn't be doing this all the time.
No, never touch SRAM stuff.
But XT, man, it's been, touch wood, it's been, mind you, on that same ride I blew my tire, I bent my derailleur. Like,
Oh.
see,
Bad
I
day.
carry a spare, right? So it's all good, but you're like, man, it pays to keep riding about. Like, if you stop, it's like you're just out of it, out of practice. You're hitting everything and
Hmm.
wiping out. Just keep doing it.
Oh, geez, John's here. John, when did you log
Yeah.
on?
Oh, hey, John.
It's been wrong with though, I think.
As I'm not able in any way to contribute to that conversation, I just thought I would listen and see what happened.
Well, you do have something Christine wants to know. which is your tire size and pressure for your gravel bike.
Yeah.
Got a new gravel bike, so
Oh, that's a good question. I think they're 35,
Okay.
oh, I thought they were 32.
about 60.
And you run
Oh.
60
How
And
much?
is that-
60?
tubed?
Yeah, tube.
Holy.
Okay.
Oh, mine are way too low then.
Because I measured the pressures, and the rear tire seems to be at 55 right now. But the front one, I think the Presta valve is clogged. I can't get a reading in it. Like I can't get any air in or out.
Oh, it's got that goop in it.
I think so. So
Just get the pump on there and pump it really hard.
Yeah,
Or jam like a needle or something into it.
okay, yeah.
Or
all right,
actually
all right.
pull the core out and you can clean it.
That's what I was going to ask, and I was guessing. I mean, I think I know the answer, but because by accounts, this bike might have just sat for a year. It's probably a good idea for me to like open her up and see if all the sealant's dried out. Is it not?
No, you just pump more in there.
Just put more in. Okay.
It does
Yeah.
dry. Yeah, but it
Yeah.
does dry out though. You have to.
It does, yeah. But
adding it.
you just pull the core and pour more in.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. See, I gotta go get sealant. I gotta get a core puller. Like we've
If
never
you,
had any tubeless.
If the tires are sealed nicely and you pull them off, you might have quite a challenge getting them to reseat.
See exactly. Like it looks good. They've got like they feel hard.
Well, if they have air in them, they're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So how often do you guys like check pressures and stuff? Like, is that how you know when you've got problems? Does they start losing or?
They just
No.
start losing naturally anyways.
Yeah.
So it's
'Cause, I
kind of
mean,
like
road-
once a
Yeah,
year
I
I
check-
completely take the tires off. I scrape out all the old goop and then redo them from start.
Okay.
Well,
But I'll send you a message, Christine. I just bought the awesomest sealant install tool off of Amazon for like $12.
Awesome.
It's like this little syringe thing that actually has an on-off valve. And the hose is small enough that it'll go inside the Presta, so you can actually seat your tires and then pull the core out and put the hose in while your tires are still seated.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Catheter.
Yeah.
Catheter.
Yeah, and it's like
Well,
this little it's like a syringe with an off. See, I have a syringe, but the problem is, as soon as you put sealant in it, it starts leaking out of the syringe.
Yeah.
But this one has like an on-off tap.
Okay.
So I don't strip mine down that often. I have tubeless on my road bike. So
Yeah.
maybe de facto, I'll take it off once a year when I change tires. But otherwise, I would just, probably for a couple years at least, I take that sealant.
Okay.
No, sorry, I have tubeless on tube. And anytime I've taken my tires off, I've had trouble seating them again, and I've needed an air compressor. Whereas,
Which
with
we have.
the new setup, you can often pump them up, and they'll seal without even any sealant at all. So
Yeah.
it makes it super easy if you can do it
Yeah.
like that.
Actually, I would
Well-
say what Brad is saying is true as well for me. I mean, my commuter bike, the tires wear out faster than a year. So
Okay.
I do a lot of times just keep topping up every, 4 or 5 months, throw like another half an ounce of sealant. But then when
Half
your
an ounce,
tires, like even if you road ride, like your road tires, I mean, if you get a season out of them, you can also hear the sealant. You can, if
Okay.
you move your bike, you can hear it sloshing around. So if you don't hear a little bit of sloshing, you probably need some more.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, what
That's only if you
sealant?
want it to seal too, right? Because I mean, there's no like all that happens if you have no sealant, you run over something. It's the same as what you have happen with a tube. It just
Yeah.
goes flat, and then you put your tube in and you go. No big deal, right?
Well, yeah, but the sealant's supposed to plug it. That's the job of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
But that's what I mean. Like, there's no real risk in letting it go dry, though. Like, it
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
needs more proper
Yeah, if it's
flash.
like if it's a proper tubeless rim with tubeless tire, you can
Yeah.
actually, I usually seat them with no sealant, and I actually, most of the time, they'll stay air pressured up for a week
Yeah.
or so with no sealant.
especially UST stuff. UST is amazing.
But yeah, exactly what Brad said. Like if you wanted actual puncture resistance, then you put sealant. Or if you're using a non-tubeless tire, then you use sealant to kind of like turn it into a tubeless tire. But I don't think you can even buy non-tubeless rated anymore. It seems to be few and far between.
What sealant are you using? Because, like, what's a good sealant?
Orange Seal. It's the only sealant I use.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
amazing. It smells
It's
good
ex-
too.
It's a little expensive, but honestly, it's the only thing that has ever sealed my road tires.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm using Muck Off, that pink stuff. I don't think it works. It doesn't work.
An Orange Seal, it'll actually coat the inside of your tire with a thin layer of latex that dries.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to order some.
All right.
I think Coal
City-
City carries it.
They
Yeah.
do.
Oh,
I got some from there.
okay.
Okay, so if I can clear the front valve and then just kind of pump in a half an ounce of new sealant,
You're good.
probably okay. Yeah, as long as I don't start seeing it. Yeah, I'm not keen to start stripping it down, but at the same time, when you get something that someone else has had, sometimes you do want to know that it's in good shape, right?
But I wouldn't worry about a tire seal. I mean,
No.
when you buy a new bike and there's a tube in it, you don't pull the tube out and everything, really. Or any bike, right? You just wait for it to go wrong, just like you would do normally. But with tubeless stuff, like nothing really goes wrong. And if it does, you
Okay.
see it right away with sealant leaking out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all
Okay.
you got to do though, like you don't have to pull that whole stem apparatus. It's probably or hopefully just a removable core,
Yeah.
and you take a tiny little pair of pliers, and you unscrew the core
Okay.
from the stem, right? You know what I mean? Like look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then what you have is you have the stem sticking out, and it's basically a hole straight into the interior of the tire.
Okay.
Well, with
So
this
it-
syringe, you can actually even suck out the old stuff if it's still liquidy.
Okay. So
But
when
yeah,
I
the sorry, go ahead.
core, will the air come out at that point, or
Yes.
Yeah, it'll come blasting out, but empty it first so it doesn't do that. But
Yeah.
well, it doesn't matter as long as you're not disturbing the bead. Like if the tire, if the bead stays on the rim,
If,
Yeah.
you'll be able to pump it up, no problem with that hand pump.
if the bead, if they've been pumped up tight for a long time, the bead should stay on without popping off.
Yeah.
Well, the plus side with the sealant is when I was putting a tube in, I mean, the tire, because it's almost lubricated, all that shit on it. Maybe it goes on really easy, but maybe this is why I'm thinking, should the sealant do that? I mean, I thought it was supposed to, if there's a leak, it's supposed to harden or something. Plug the
will.
hole.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it
it
usually
doesn't
has
have
like, it usually has particles in the sealant that actually clogs the hole,
Well, I even
like
got
glitter.
home. Well, okay. Well, I got home, and of course the sealant is all sprayed along the rims, right? I had to ride home. I just washed it off with a hose.
Yeah. Oh no,
I'm thinking,
it stays liquidy for a long time.
no.
It's like I said, it's the particles that actually seal the hole, and then over time, like weeks, then it dries.
And you
Well,
need
what the
you need
hell?
a bit of airflow too to make that happen.
Yes.
Well,
So I
obviously
usually
the hole
put
in the rim.
you put the hole at the
Sorry.
bottom and let the sealant go down.
Okay. Well, obviously the hole that I had with the spoke hole was too big. It
Oh
wasn't
no,
gonna
yeah,
seal.
spoke hole is pretty big. There's
It's,
actually some good, interesting videos where they test different sealants and the size of the hole. Like I say, I
Oh, yeah.
totally trust Orange Seal. I've had some decent punctures that have sealed up really fast.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna definitely get some. Yeah, I'll stop in there today.
so
It's gonna
what
shake.
do
I'm
you guys-
excited. I'm excited about Orange Seal. Oh my god. This is why
You just gotta
I'm-
shake the crap out of the bottle before you put it in.
Yeah, I was going to say, take it up because that you got to get all the particulates suspended.
So what do you guys carry in terms of like field repair kit?
A pump, a pump and a tube.
Pump
Tire
and a tube.
irons.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
do I
you
need
know-
to like buy plugs and spare cores and all this like
No.
No,
No,
stuff on the
I-
internet?
Patrick brings some of that stuff, but I don't bring any. But I keep that spare the tire patch kit with me, so if I ever have to kind of boot a small hole, I can do that from the inside.
yeah, yeah.
But
The
if
problem
you pull out
is,
your tire, you're gonna lose all your sealant. You're just gonna need a tube probably.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is, I mean, tire patch kits do dry out, so you know we've all been out on a ride. You go, oh shit, the glue is hard. What
Yeah.
good is this?
I guess I get
Yeah.
more flats. Mine are in good shape.
I almost never get flats.
I know for mountain biking they make like a tire plug kit that you
Yeah,
can
that's what I
use,
was-
but honestly, I've never actually had a tubeless flat, and I just carry some CO2 cartridges and a tube.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'll tell you one thing, tubeless tires are a massive pain. Get really, really, really good tire levers.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
Nothing's
Yeah,
worse than
freak.
John's tire. Oh my god.
Continental.
Yeah, was it Continental, John? I don't remember.
Michelin, probably. Michelin's the worst.
Hmm.
Holy balls, though. I had to stretch that thing for 2 or 3 days on a rim I could finally get it on.
and then I got a puncture, and it was like, oh wow.
Oh, guess I need a new bike.
Yeah.
It took all my swear words to get that thing on there.
And it wasn't even onto the rim first of all. It was onto your rim first to stretch it before it went on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought this fancy, cheap little tire putter on her tool because of tubeless tires.
Yeah.
So I haven't had as much trouble, but it depends on the rim tire combo too. But
Right.
Mavic tires on Mavic rims are a breeze.
Okay.
Schwalbe on Mavic is good.
Okay. Yeah, I think these are our Schwalbe G1s on a Bontrager rim.
Yeah, I've never had to fight a Schwalbe. The Specialized tires are really good, but they
Yeah.
wear out really fast.
Mm.
So
Yeah, these look pretty good, so I'm like, I'm not eager to mess with them if I don't have to.
G1 I'll buy again for sure as soon as my stock tires wear out on the Diverge. I love
Oh, the G1s are excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, they seem like, you know, you can hear a bit of road, but they roll nicely. I don't know.
Yeah.
It felt fast.
I think 35 to 38 is the perfect spot too.
Yeah.
Patrick would disagree. You need 50
Yeah.
plus.
I mean, the Damani is like, all they really did was like, they advertised the clearance and called it a gravel bike.
Oh yeah.
This was the year before they brought out the checkpoint. So, realistically, I don't think I'd go above 55.
No, anything above, say, 40, you start really losing your road speed.
Yeah.
Or even your
Yeah.
And-
pedals,
Or
right?
your,
Yes, I just thought-
your gravel speed.
Yeah. So,
The only benefit of like the 50s and stuff is suspension. And when you're on your gravel bike, you shouldn't be going on roads that require 2 inches of suspension.
Yeah. I think that these bikes are blurring the line between mountain and gravel again. So
Yeah.
I think 38 is perfect.
yeah.
35 is really good.
Yeah.
40 is a little too much in my opinion. I might try 40 just to see, but I'm really happy at 38.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I rode the
Yeah, well-
35s, a few sections felt a little bit sketchy, and the 38s took a little bit more edge off of things.
And it'll depend on your rim too, right? The profile of your 35 or 38.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Well, and this one's got frame's got ISO speed front and rear, so
Oh, nice.
Mark it works pretty well for vibration dampening.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like if you have a frame like the Diverge or like Larry's Lightspeed,
Yeah.
there's something inherent in the frame too with bikes like that.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was so thrilled to get this. It's just, yeah, it checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
For the race, so feels pretty good. Only now we have no place to put all the bikes.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, hang them from the
Yeah.
ceiling on hooks.
Well-
Get those hooks at Canadian Tire. That's for $2.
They're already hung. There's so much stuff on our garage ceiling, you
Oh,
would laugh.
Do you hang your
Yeah.
bikes, Larry?
I do.
Just by one front wheel or what?
Back wheel.
Back wheel, okay.
Yeah,
All the
we
mountain bikes.
alternate so we can get them closer, front back, front back.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We got 5 there.
No, I've got 3
One's
hanging
in our
here.
living room. Well, one here in the trainer. The one in the living room doesn't go out. It's kind of like a show bike.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I've got one hung up. My Sorota's hung up in the garage on the wall.
That's an altar to damaged gooches.
No, you should see like our garage. We have optimized. Like we had this convertible, and we built a shelf on top of it for storage. So in the garage, so you can barely get into the car, like kind of climb into it, roll it out of the garage, because we needed the storage so bad.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to get. Well, Rebecca's motorcycle is. She bought a new motorcycle, so it's. I mean, my
Your
garage is set up now with all my bicycles and workstation, and you know, I don't want to give up the space, man. Come on. So I said I'd buy those steel containers, you know.
Mhm.
I was gonna get a 20-foot one, but now she's decided that just want her bike outside in the cold. She wants it in the garage, so I'm thinking, oh, that's great.
What? What's the harm in having it in the cold?
If you're
don't
cold, they're cold. Bring them inside.
I
Larry,
know it
build
worked
a
out.
little shed and put a space heater in there.
I was going to
It
say,
all worked out perfect. This is
your
perfect.
garage heated.
No, it's not. No,
No, so it's no different than being in the storage rather than in the garage, surely.
that's very logical, John. But you know, no offense, Christine.
Leave me alone.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, here we go.
I didn't mean anything by that. Oh, Christine's left. Did you go? Are you still there? No.
Oops.
Anyway, it's not going to work out, so I've canceled the storage container.
Oh,
I
that's
just the quote was pretty high. It was 56, I think,
really?
for a 20-foot. Yeah,
Yeah, they're quite expensive.
yeah, and they look ugly, eh? I don't think they're. I'm trying to think how I could pretty it up a little bit, but
No, you need to hide it in your backyard so no one can see it.
yeah, it's fairly ugly.
How much space does a motorbike take up in your man cave, though?
Well, Nathan has a nice workout mat that he's put together.
Yeah.
Those spongy things from Canadian Tire.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's kind of. We have to take that corner out now.
Oh.
It's not a huge deal, but it's all the surrounding stuff too, helmets and bike gear, and she needs her own shelving.
Stuff.
I'm back. I was on mute. That was hilarious.
Oh, I thought I offended you.
No, just was
Oh,
went for the washroom break again.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw you were on mute, and I figured Larry did offend you, and you muted yourself. So you said him.
well, she didn't
I,
mute me.
No,
I
it
do-
was the mute and Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah.
I DM'd you guys the link to that tool.
Okay, awesome.
I was gonna post it, but I thought I like to keep the Miva Discord kind of neutral of, hey everybody, check out all this awesome stuff on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the bike shops are like, why are we sponsoring this club? Like,
Yeah.
No, it's,
Yeah,
it's
fair.
I talked to Corey at one point about that, and just like casually, but he said that one of his issues was when Peter was running it, he used to really kind of squeeze them price wise, and you know
I
he
can
was
see
like
that.
yeah, competing quotes from Chinese factories and stuff, and so
Oh yeah, you
know,
can't do that.
and he'd be asking for free shit, and then he'd be like, "Well, we're gonna buy our jerseys through China or something."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's
You're
like,
right.
oh, can you give us a deal on Specialized because these Chinese carbon frames are a quarter of the price?
Mm.
And they're just as good, honestly.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think we should be careful to keep really like promotional for the bike shops because they do a lot for us. I mean, locally.
Oh yeah. That's why
Yeah.
I just I made a private message group with us.
Yeah, that's
in
a good
it.
plan.
Yeah. And sometimes they surprise you too. I need I think they call it a nameplate for my shifter. A little bit. And
Yeah.
I was looking on eBay or whatever, and I could find this places from the States that charge you 3 times the value of shipping, or eBay for $2. Pulled up the bike shops, $17.50.
Huh.
Yeah, for a little Shimano.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I was expecting them to say the same or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of
What
funny though.
What I often do if I'm worried they won't match, I
Yeah.
email them and I send them the link.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you guys get me one of these?
Well, and that was kind of what I was like. I don't know if I call, and if they quote me an insane price, I don't want to be the ass that I'll just order it online. But emailing seems like a good way to, because then you can just ghost them if you decide not to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny in this case. Roxanne answered it. Did.
Yeah, I made a Discord private message group with just the 5 of us. That seems how it's always just the 5 of us.
Is Norman there?
Oh,
Yeah, I put Norm in there.
Okay.
hey. Where's Norm? Is he still hurting from last week?
No, I think he's sleeping in.
Yeah,
He said he joined us whenever he got up, I think.
Yeah.
but it was kind of funny. Like I feel like I caught whoever answered the phone on kind of a retail. I'd be like, "Oh, I need this part." And he's like, "Not gonna be fast." Like it's like he's talking down an angry customer. Like, what do you mean? Like
Where,
weeks,
where,
years,
where was this?
Cold City.
Coal City?
He was just, yeah. He was so apologetic. Like, we're not gonna have it in stock. It's not gonna be fast. No. Problem. Screw it. I don't care. It's here when it gets here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
When I deal with Coal City, I just email Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I
what
usually like text message them. Patrick, you have chains. I need a chain.
All right. Maybe I'll drop down there, get some sealant, and I need to get some pedals.
Oh, actually,
Stuff like-
interesting fact about chains. So that 12-speed chain I put on my road bike, I pulled out the chain checker tool, hasn't budged at all.
Oh,
Like, when did I put this chain on? Like May of last year?
well,
hasn't stretched.
Not even it still registers on the tool as brand spanking new. Like I
that's how
couldn't
noticed
almost
that with my indoor chain too, Lee.
like I almost couldn't get the chain checker tool on the chain. It was so new.
Yeah, nice.
I've been meaning to order that other one we were talking about, the one that measures stretch versus wear.
Yeah, get me one if you get 2 if you ever find it.
Yeah, I just forgot. I'm gonna go to Rock City this week, I think.
Well,
But you know what? Like my indoor chain, same deal. I mean, what have we done this winter? Like something like 5,000 K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't budged in terms of wear, and I'm sure it
And-
must have stretched a bit. But
And I'm still using the factory chain grease. I never cleaned it. It's getting a bit noisier now though, so I might have to strip it down and use some different lube, but I was just also a lot of the times if you do an ERG workout, your chain is perfectly straight. There's no like cross chaining.
yeah,
And even the ride
Yeah.
that I'm doing, like this Tempest Fugit, I'm like in the big ring, and my chain is pretty straight, and there's no hill, so like Zwift, there's way less sort of cross chaining as opposed to outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and there's no dirt.
Yeah, no
But I would,
dirt. And,
If I did this amount of kilometers outside, I for sure would need a new chain at this point. Like tool would fall right through.
oh, geez, yeah, for sure. I was just shocked because I was like, man, I haven't checked this since I bought it. And I almost had to break, the tool to get it on the chain. And I was like, holy crap. It's,
Interesting.
Yeah.
This fits my theory that dirt is the bike killer.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
for
when
sure.
when
It
that
is.
company did that chain test of different lubes, that's usually what kills the chain is when they start putting dirt on the chain.
Oh yeah.
Because you're just
Running it.
grinding.
Yeah, running it out of lube. Not lubing it enough, I guess.
That's why they say typically wax does the best job, because wax sort of forms a barrier so the dirt can never work its way into the pins and the rollers.
Wash your bike.
And when you do wash your bike, it just takes off like the outside coat of wax with the dirt.
Oh, okay. You guys started to
Who's Larry talking?
Had it with this bike.
Yeah, Mark tried to wax his chain with wax. Didn't.
It's the initial chain wax is a process.
Yeah.
But I actually have, for outside riding, I have 3 chains that I rotate, and then I'll wax them all at once. Once they're initially waxed, the re-wax process takes 15 minutes.
Oh, it's got to dry?
Yeah, well, it takes longer for the wax to actually melt than it does but to actually wax the chain properly, you actually have to get the chain, everything off of it, stripped down to
Oh,
metal and only metal. Because
yeah.
and if there's any lube left over, it screws up the wax. So the best way to do it, I've read, and what I do is you buy 3 or 4 chains and you do it all at once. And so I cleaned all the chains, which took a super long time to make sure, like back and forth between jars of cleaner and alcohol and constant. And then once they're sparkling, you wax them, and then it's a piece of cake. Every 2 months, with the quick link, I swap a new fresh chain on, freshly waxed, which takes 3 minutes. And then once all the 3 chains are done, I heat up the wax, and you just dip the dirty chains into the wax. Once they've been initially cleaned, you don't ever need to re-clean them unless you put lube on them.
So is this
What
wax?
kind of wax do you use?
Yeah.
Molten
Obviously,
Speed. Molten Speed wax. It has like additives in it.
Do you
Right.
heat it up?
Yeah, I have a tiny little crock pot that I bought for like $15 on Amazon.
Really? I think
Yeah,
we should all take our bikes to Lee's house.
Well, if you bring me clean chains, I'll wax them.
Yeah, man.
The cleaning is just a pain in the butt.
Oh, I've never changed my chain out on my road bike.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Larry.
Never.
Well, but there is, I don't know.
That's like
Mark,
finding out you never wiped your butt.
Or wash your water bottle.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Catherine giving me shit. What? Yeah, the same
And then-
water bottles. Only mine was never been washed.
And then,
She's
leaving the top unscrewed, so you dump it on.
That's right. Oh my god, what's on this water bottle? Oh, not mine. Yeah, and then leaving the top unscrewed, so I take a drink and walk off. And close. I'm like, what? Is that punishment? You punishing me?
Man, I live
So
it,
then-
Larry.
then I took a look. I got, yeah, it is kind of minging in there, isn't it? So I put it in the dishwasher. Much better.
Okay.
But no, I'm serious. If you guys ever want to wax your chain and clean them and stuff, I bought way too much chain wax because I didn't realize how long it goes for.
I thought you had to, sorry, re-wax every 100K or so.
No, it's about a month. I say I about a month. I change the chain, but that's why you have 3 chains,
Yeah.
Oh.
and so every
Well,
month.
Gary was saying he does it like he actually takes a spare chain with him on long rides.
Oh
and
no
swap.
way, no. It's totally. Maybe if you're using candle wax.
Okay.
Well,
Were
the
you,
quick
there
link.
were you there on the ride when we were at the top of Biggs? He's like, hey guys, look what I'm doing. He's like rubbing his chain.
Oh God, I think that was the first time I met him on a
Yeah.
plane.
And I'm like, it's like, guys, look what I'm doing. What am I doing? And I'm like, you're jerking your bike off? Like,
Oh yeah, I get like a month of commuting before I'd swap chains.
So what quick link did you get? It's like Shimano makes a stupid power link. Those two-
I just reuse the Shimano Quick Link.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says not to, but I'm not
Yeah.
paying $18 every time I.
Yeah, for the pin.
I'll tell you,
I think-
I'll tell you the secret. It's a patent issue. It's actually reusable the same as the
Yeah,
SRAM ones or the KMC, but
yeah,
they can't say it is because they'd violate a patent.
right. Because like I've got an old 10-speed KMC that I've been 5 or 6 years.
Ah.
Just on and off and on and off.
So you have to buy the quick link separate. It doesn't come
No, well
with
the chain comes with one.
Oh, okay.
All the new chains come with them, but I usually actually have a spare Quick Link. I bought a few extras that I throw in my pack because
Will
it's
they
way
break, don't
easier to. They can break, but if you break your chain elsewhere, it's easier to just Quick Link it back together.
I see. Okay.
Have you ever broken a quick link? I never have.
No, it's
Oh,
always
no,
the chain's always broken elsewhere,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not where the.
Yeah. Huh. Well,
But you know the new Shimano chains that come with quick links now, they used to have those pins.
Oh yeah, the pins are horrible.
Yeah, once you put them on, that was it, right? But now
Yeah.
they're actually shipping with a quick link instead of a pin.
I've reused the pins before. Like the gravel bike has about 2 links that I had to redo, eh?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Well,
just because I didn't have another pin. But I managed to get it in, but I don't know how strong it is now.
How you mean you took the old pin out and then you
Yeah.
put it back in?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
oh, if you, that's how we used to do it. Was you push the stock pin not all the way out, and then push it back in.
No, I took it all the way out, and then I thought, it was finicky, man, but I got it
Oh.
back in.
You're a
Remember
hero.
when we
If
did
you
that?
if you got the stock pin back in, Larry, you're amazing.
Yeah.
For Shimano, yeah.
I did it twice, and I thought, wow.
That's like
It was
superhuman
fairly-
feat.
It was difficult, you know.
Remember when we did it on the trail on your SRAM chain?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
real surgery.
No, we did it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a new chain that broke, by the way. That was brand new. I don't know. Brand new bike, chain breaks. First
You got-
couple of rides.
Got SRAM.
Yeah, SRAM, that's right. Yeah. Cheap.
Lee, we're gonna start posting our ride info on Discord, right? So, but what
I think
channel
so.
should I
If it's a Zwift ride, just put it in the Zwift channel, I think.
just for everybody? So,
Because
if
I'm pretty
if
sure
go into-
everyone here, well, obviously, everyone here is on Discord.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I know, I'm good with that.
But if I go into Zwift, the Zwift channel, and I just write without hashtagging it, it's automatically to everybody in that channel.
well, everyone will be able to see it. If you do the @ symbol everyone, it'll ping the entire Miva group.
Right. Well, should we use the private chat to like banter while we decide what we're doing?
Yeah, we
And
can
then-
do that.
So, the private one is the new one you put up?
Yeah, it's like a private message. I messaged everybody, so we should have a. But yeah,
So-
Brad, if you want to take your like weekly thing and say this is what I'm doing, go ahead, post it in the Zwift section and just be like, here's what's going on for the week.
Yeah. I think I'll do that because then I can kill the email list.
Yeah.
Because there's like
And then-
there's so
yeah.
many people on there. It's like what the fuck.
Well,
Well, and
no one but us comes
Nobody
anyways.
answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if anyone doesn't already have it, you can get the Discord on your cell phone and then get the notifications pretty quick.
Yeah, I was thinking you should post one last email saying to everybody in that thread and say, this is it. This is the very last email you're getting.
Yeah.
Here's the Discord link. I know because like James and James, he uses Discord all the time. So it's like his not a problem, but
Right on. Okay, good.
it's just easier.
Yeah.
It's like in one spot. Like,
Yeah, sure. I'll have to put it on my phone, the Discord app. But that's easy enough.
Oh yeah.
It's just passwords. I got a problem with passwords, man. I can never remember them.
Use the
never
same one
log out.
password, 666.
Yeah, that. Sorry.
I have like a byte password. It's like related stuff. There's
I got it on my iPad.
Specialized
Never actually-
Venge 2016. Like,
Oh, nice.
no one could figure out that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll just use Rube then. We'll change it. Because now I've forgotten the password. And, it's always logged in on my iPad, but my phone,
I have one of those password programs that remembers it all for me. And Tamara's the same way. She's like logs out of Facebook and she's like, oh no, I've logged out.
I don't even know my passwords. Apple generates them automatically, keychains them to the cloud. And I just autofill them based on my fingerprint. So,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh,
It's very clever.
okay. Yeah.
it is. Yeah, I mean, the only one I don't put on there is my bank. And I keep that separate, and it's totally different. But I could probably even do the bank one.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, so what's with investing now, Brad? My tax-free savings account is making like 30%.
But yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Are you kidding?
it's been a good year and a half. Well,
Yeah,
year.
but 30%? That's unheard of.
In a year? Like
I just go and look at it now, and it says 30%.
Yeah, but what's the time frame? Like if it's 10 years, you're sucking. If it's a year, you're doing awesome.
I've only had it in for a couple years.
Oh, it's good then. Yeah, that's a good return.
Oh. Too bad I didn't have more money in it.
I mean, it's bubbles everywhere right now, right? So, I mean, market valuations are a little bit sketchy on in some parts of the market.
I was just amazed by the percentage. That's all. I was.
Yeah, well,
That's-
it's funny. Like, I'm not being a smart ass when I say if it's over 10 years, you're not doing great, but it's actually true because a friend of mine was saying his mother was bragging that her mutual funds returned 30%, and he found out it was over about 25 years. So,
Should be like 350%.
yeah, exactly. So that's why that's why you have to specify time frame, right? So,
Oh, okay.
Well, there's interest rate. If you made, say, 15% interest, and then there's the percentage of gain.
yeah, I'm assuming this is a combination, right, Larry? So you'll have your dividends and your capital gains.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea, man. I just looked at 30% and felt pretty good about myself. But
Well,
now I don't.
No, what do you mean? What? No, 30 is good.
30 is amazing.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. 30%. I thought, wow.
No,
I've never
what Brad's
gotten that.
saying though is if you had $100,000 of mutual funds 30 years ago, and it's only worth 130,000 right now,
Oh, I see.
that's
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
That 100,000 30 years ago should be worth 350,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry, I'm not shitting on 30%. I just wanted to know what the parameters were.
Yeah, I think it was 10% for a long time. I've only had it in for like 2 years.
Well,
Tax free,
like
and
I
it
said-
just jumped to 30. So
That's good for the last 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, picture this. I mean, in that last 2 years, you had a market correction of over 40%. And if you're still up 30% after that, that's fantastic.
oh, it's awesome. Yeah.
But in 40 years, when we have this conversation, if you say I only gained 30%, then that's bad.
Yeah. So we have this conversation in 40 years' time. So who are you again? So
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, exactly. Did you used to cycle?
And Zwift still won't work properly.
Yeah, still. Man, when will they get the damn menu working? The UI sucks.
Yeah.
It's been 35 years. Still riding Tempest Fugit.
You're still on the same chain.
Yeah, still. Hey guys, guess what? I measured my chain. It's only 2% wear now. Still on the same bike.
I imagine my brain scanning is 10% wear. That's a good.
I wonder if they're how Zwift in the old folks' homes.
Well, there's actually a show called, I think it's Dark Mirror or Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, yeah.
And there's actually an episode of the future where people go to work and people's work is to ride stationary bikes to generate power, and they get credits by how long and how hard they ride for. And I'm thinking that's totally a Zwift. Everyone should have like a generator hooked up to their trainer and backfeed.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I know what. Someone should use.
I mean, even if you're tooting around at 150 watts for a couple hours, that's still your light bulbs for the day.
Yeah.
Larry, back to investing. So in your TFSA, what do you have in there? Is it mutual funds or index
Yeah.
funds
It's mutual funds.
from Manulife or Sun Life?
Sunlight.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Are they ones Rebecca picked?
No, the financial advisor picked.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hands off for me because I don't know enough,
Yeah, okay.
and it's your boss, so I figured. Actually, yeah, he's pretty good, I think.
Yeah. Your pension amount probably went up quite a bit then too.
I haven't looked, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I haven't looked in the last few months, but I was happy with the last time I looked. I thought I could buy that new mountain bike and a new road bike.
It's funny though, like what you talk about, that's the wealth effect. And economists call it the virtuous cycle or virtuous, I forget the name, but basically the idea is that everyone feels richer, spends more, company profits go up, stocks go up, everyone feels even richer and spends even more.
Yeah.
So they don't talk about the flip side very often though. But that's going on right now with the housing market, right? Where apparently we're borrowing more against our houses than we ever
Yeah.
have in the history of real estate.
Yeah, it's true.
They also said your build costs for new houses are going up.
Yeah, the lumber costs.
It's-
Yeah, like 2x4s have doubled, right? In cost.
The current build cost for a spec house is $250 a square foot, not including the property. Yep, plus a piece of property. So 750. I know copper has gone up about 20% in the last month. Pretty much every week we get a letter from our supplier saying, oh, plastic is up, steel is up, copper is up. 2x4s have doubled in price. Yeah, there's like a new little subdivision by our place. Well, not quite by our place, but in our neck of the woods. And the houses pretty much overlook the highway. Super noisy. And the lots were like 210 for these tiny little lots. No, you know, at the they punched Roberta Road West out more. So you know that long uphill before Duke Point at the Cedar exit? Yeah, it's like overlooking that part of the highway. Yeah, but your backyard, like I would be, your backyard is the train tracks and the highway. Well, it's developed. All the properties sold. There's already half of it's filled with houses that are already sold. And we went for a walk and we're standing in the middle of the road. And it's just like cars. Like you had to yell to talk. And I'm like, I bet these houses better all have like triple pane windows. I get highway noise and I'm on the other side of that little mountain from the highway. I couldn't imagine being on. Oh, and the problem. I think the people are buying them is because it's the only options they have for not $1 million houses. No. Oh, Belmont in Langford, yeah. We've done a ton of condos there and stores. Oh yeah, they build them like, yeah. No, they're all rental buildings. Mostly, yeah. Well, the vacancy rate in Nanaimo is 1%. Well, that's the thing is people are fleeing the actual rents. It's $2,200 for a studio apartment in Vancouver. And I think with COVID, when people have realized that a lot of people can work from home, they're fleeing the cities because you can work elsewhere. Like Campbell River's doing all right. Stop wrecking the dream, Brad. Stop wrecking the dream. Yeah. Well, at some point, Nanaimo is just going to be a suburb of Vancouver. Well, see, Victoria, because Victoria is its own worst enemy, but it's too far from Vancouver. Nanaimo is just way too close by passenger ferry or airplane to Vancouver. Oh, once that ferry is up and running and deemed reliable, you're going to see a massive boom in Nanaimo. Well, no, the problem was the ferry broke down every week. Because most of that Pacifica building, that was almost entirely bought by people from Vancouver because that ferry was in place. But the ferry broke down once or twice a week. So people are like, well, I can't call into work once or twice a week and say, oh, ferry's broken again. Your boss is going to be like, nice try. And that was also before everyone started working from home. So if you could work in Nanaimo 2 or 3 days a week, then go to the office in Vancouver 1 or 2 days a week. Yeah. Well, no, I don't mean for working from home, just in general, though, because people already live in Abbotsford and drive 2 hours each way to go work in downtown Vancouver due to cost of living. So, oh yeah, it'll be like downtown condos. Oh, that's a good movie. That's a good movie. See. Well, the States' problem was I don't know. Kind of getting maybe 2 hours. I know General Eloth is on his like group ride. I turned around. I'm gonna go find them in the volcano. So that might occupy the time a bit better. Just been doing desert laps for an hour 46. Just testing. I got up early enough that it was still dark outside, so I could test the lights that I put up yesterday. So now I can ride without the glaring garage lights on. Oh, how was the race? Oh, yeah, Zwift is acting up a little bit. It seems like every time they have an update, it takes them a week to fix the update. Oh, the sprint one. Yeah, that was... So was that like an official sort of race, or did they just use the Zwift power? I mean, I guess everyone uses Zwift power for true rankings. Yeah. You just know you had to go out and sprint. Oh. Yeah, that's... They need, like, the Zwift power to be integrated into Zwift, so it just automatically starts. So when you get the final results, it's already been weeded through and filtered. Yeah, after my intervals yesterday, I'm in no condition for sprinting today. So I just thought, keep it under 200. Just stretch the legs a little bit. So what do you have planned for today after the race is now over? I don't think you can. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you have to stop your ride and you have to start a brand new ride. I don't think you can, like, if you go into the menu, yeah, it gives you no options but to end ride. Like, you can't get back to that start menu. Yeah, sprints are hard. I don't do enough sprints. because I'm too scared of the pain. Oh. Yeah, that's weird. Thought I think I have you on my list, I believe. I remember seeing your name came up because I was watching you because you were catching me. Yeah, I wish you could join group rides after the fact too, because I would sneak over to the volcano and go ride with. Because Generally Lost puts on his Saturday morning group ride every Saturday morning. It's kind of funny how it doesn't take much to get distracted in Zwift. 20 minutes ago, I was pretty much ready to log off, and then I'm thinking, I'm gonna go find somebody. And now it's like, 15 minutes has gone by, and they're climbing up the mountain right now. Don't want to do that. It's kind of fun when you can watch them on their screen, see where they are, and be like, oh, wonder what the fastest way of getting there is. I do that with Dunkelfritz all the time. Or Häagen-Dazs. Yeah, well, I have a thing where the name that I've introduced someone to, or they've been introduced to me as, I have a really hard time calling them anything but that. And so even though he's changed his name everywhere for like the Twitch channel, I still have a hard time not calling him Dunk. Yeah. I know it's... Oh, 1 minute. Camera's off. Well, I know it's kind of like a thing. It's like, you know, when you first got your very first email address, way back when email came out, and you had some like email that was like Beer Chugger 1925. And that's all fine and dandy when you're in school, but then you become an adult and you can't really be sending emails to companies, you know, so you got to have your adult email, it's your name. And that's why I kind of use my name for the stream, because it can encompass more than, you know, one thing. You know, if I'm riding outside or riding in Zwift or playing a video game or doing a puzzle or working on my bike, you know, my name is my name. I guess though, like Dunkelfritz you weren't really pushed into a corner with that name either. But I know, I guess he felt that he needed a different like I say, I'll still call him Dunkelfritz. Yeah, it's pretty good. Then there's Jet. He's like, just like Jet Reset. His is like an all-in-one. It encompasses much more. I feel like Dunkel needs to eat ice cream while he rides, though. That could be his shtick. I'm watching Generally Lost. Hey, morning, D-Rex. I'm watching Generally Lost group ride, and they're coming down the mountain, and I'm gonna head towards the mountain. But I'm like, oh crap. I wasn't paying attention. I missed the turn. Whoops. Back we go. I was watching his stream, trying to figure out exactly where they were, and not paying attention to where I am, and it already turned me around and I was heading back into the desert. I didn't see any of the turn. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to catch up. Can you drop in on someone if the ride is still going? I turned. Yeah, sorry, DJ. I turned. We went the wrong way. I'm trying to make it towards the volcano. Trying to get back to Generally Lost. Oh, so once their ride is done, then you can drop in. I need something distracting to do, so I'm gonna do like the old-fashioned Zwift search. This is what you used to have to do before in Zwift, where you couldn't ride with somebody. You'd meet up with your buddies, and you'd be like, oh, where are you? And you'd have to go and find them. Yeah, I'm going left, heading towards downtown. Sorry, I forgot you were right behind me and you're stuck on the route that I was riding. Yeah, that's a good idea. I used to be super bad at the cool downs and warm ups. Like I'd race and then just jump off the bike and go sit down. Then my legs would kill me all night. Or you ride your bike, or I mean you drive to a race and then sit in the car and drive home. Oh, that's better. No, I don't want to go in the mountain. Why would it send me to the mountain? You know what? I think once I get into town, I think that is it for this morning. I'm probably going to be back on tomorrow morning. Save a little bit of energy. Oh, that 73 is good for the day. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. And I will